The Great Depression lasted nearly a decade. 10 years of breadlines, bank failures, and families losing everything they had ever built. Here's the question nobody wants to ask. What if it happens again? Economists aren't ruling it out. Compounding crises, a weakened economy, civil unrest, hurricane season, and election uncertainty. And the people who will survive what's coming aren't the ones who panic when it hits. They're the ones who moved quietly and early while everyone else was still comfortable. Today, I'm giving you the 10 things you need to buy before the economy tips over, ranked by long-term survival value. Number 2 on this list is something most people completely ignore until it's too late, and by then, it's already gone from every store shelf. Let's go. 1. Land. The single most valuable asset during an economic depression isn't gold or food, it's land. Specifically, land with access to clean water and soil you can grow food in. Property gives you independence that nothing else can. You can't eat a stock portfolio, but an acre in the countryside with a water source, that feeds your family for years. When you're choosing land, know your neighbors. Know alternate routes to get there. Know the community you're becoming part of. And once you have it, secure your supplies there. Bury them if you have to. Make them invisible. But here's the thing about land. It's useless without the second item on this list. And that item costs almost nothing, too. Knowledge. Knowledge is the only survival tool that can never be taken from you, stolen, or run out of. Knowing how to grow food, hunt, forage, raise animals, braid rope, and build shelter. These are the skills that kept people alive during the 1930s. Our grandparents had them naturally. Most of us have forgotten them entirely. Read about how people survived the last Great Depression. Take a course. Practice before you need to. The worst time to learn how to raise chickens is when you're already desperate and starving. $1 spent on knowledge today returns $1,000 in survival value tomorrow. 3. Money and precious metals. When banks fail, paper currency loses meaning fast. History proves it every single time. Precious metals, gold and silver coins specifically, hold value across collapsing economies. They're transferable, universally recognized, and don't depend on any government staying solvent. Gold in particular has historically risen in value as stock markets crash. Coins over bars. Coins carry the stamp of authenticity that makes people trust them in a barter economy. Set aside a little every payday. Start building that reserve now, before you need it. Speaking of things to stockpile before shelves run empty, the next item is one we already saw disappear in 2020. And it could happen again. Far worse. 4. Bulk staple foods. In the Great Depression, some families ate pickled tumbleweed to survive. You will not need to do that, if you start now. Dried food, peanut butter, rice, beans, vitamins, hygiene products. Restock and increase your supply while stores are still full and prices are still manageable. The first months of 2020 showed exactly how fast shelves empty. A true economic depression makes that look mild. The more you have stored, the longer your family can ride it out without depending on a supply chain that may not exist. 5. Personal security items. Desperation changes people. An extended depression means people running out of options, and people without options make dangerous decisions. Firearms, ammunition, knives, pepper spray. Whatever your preferred form of protection, buy it now. Background checks, supply shortages, and closed stores make this nearly impossible to acquire during a crisis. You saw how fast ammo disappeared in 2020. That was just a pandemic. A depression hits harder and lasts longer. Know how to use what you buy. A tool is only as good as the hands holding it. 6. Medicine and medicinal plants. If you rely on ongoing medication, this item is not optional. It's urgent. Pharmaceutical supply chains break down during economic crises. Pharmacies run dry. Your doctor may not be reachable. Talk to your physician now about bulk prescriptions. Research legal bulk purchase options in your state. And even if you're perfectly healthy, stock basic medicines. Fever reducers, cold remedies, pain relief, stomach medications. Add a proper first aid kit with gauze, bandages, gloves, and tweezers. 7. Denim, canvas, and cotton fabric clothing manufacturers will be among the first businesses to collapse in a depression. New clothes become nearly impossible to find or afford. Bulk durable fabric, denim, canvas, cotton, can be used to make clothing, bags, and repair gear. If you know how to sew, even better. If you don't, the fabric itself becomes a barter commodity. 8. Hunting and fishing supplies. Even if you have land, stored food, and a garden, you need a backup food source, always. Hunting and fishing kept millions alive during the Great Depression, when the formal food supply had essentially collapsed. A pellet gun and a basic fishing line with hooks is enough to start. You don't need expensive gear. What you do need is the skill to use it. Learn before the emergency. Practice now. 9. A cast iron skillet or Dutch oven. Modern pots and pans are not built for open-fire cooking. They'll crack, warp, and fail exactly when you need them most. A cast iron skillet or Dutch oven can go from stovetop to campfire to open flame without flinching. One that's properly maintained can outlast generations. Some still in use today are nearly a century old. If it rusts, you clean it, reseason it, and it's ready again. 10. Essential survival items. Ask yourself one question. Could I camp for 2 to 3 weeks right now with everything I currently own? If the answer is no, that's your gap. Fill it and make your camp mobile. In a prolonged depression, you may need to move toward work and resources. The ability to pack up and travel is as valuable as anything you own. What's the one thing on this list you're adding to your stockpile first? Drop it in the comments. Let's help each other get ready.